Have you ever felt that strange, unnerving side-to-side wobble when you walk? It's not about moving forward or backward, but a feeling that your hips might give out to the side with each step. You find yourself reaching for walls, not because you're tired, but just to feel more centered and secure. If you've been doing exercises for your legs and still feel that lateral unsteadiness like you're walking on a boat, I want you to know that your feeling is real, and it is not just a normal part of aging. The reason you still feel this way is that the most common advice misses the true anchor of your stability. The real cause of that side-to-side sway often isn't weak legs at all. It's a hidden weakness in a specific group of muscles on the side of your hips. These muscles, your hip abductors, act like powerful guide ropes on a tall mast. When they are strong, they keep your pelvis level and your body stable. When they are weak, your hip drops with every step, forcing your entire body to sway to compensate. In this video, I am going to show you 3 simple targeted movements to awaken these forgotten muscles and finally fix that wobble, giving you a rock-solid foundation of stability. Let's begin. Our first exercise is the cornerstone of rebuilding your hip stability. It's called the clamshell. This movement might be the single most important exercise you can do for your balance, yet it's often overlooked. Why do we start here, lying on our side? Because it is the safest and most effective way to isolate and awaken your secret stabilizer muscle, the gluteus medius, without any risk of losing your balance. Think of it like finding a light switch in a dark room. Before you can walk around confidently, you first need to find the switch and turn the power on. This exercise is that light switch. It allows you to build a powerful mind-to-muscle connection, teaching your brain how to find and fire this muscle on command. This is the crucial first step to stop the pelvis from dropping with each step, which is the true hidden cause of that side-to-side wobble. Now, let's perform it together with perfect form. As you see being demonstrated, lie on your side on a comfortable but firm surface. You can place a small pillow under your head for comfort. Your legs should be stacked on top of each other with your feet, ankles, and knees together. Now, bend your knees to about a 90-degree angle, bringing your feet back slightly. Gently tighten your core muscles to keep your spine stable. Here is the most important part of the movement. Keeping your feet glued together, slowly lift your top knee up towards the ceiling, as if you are a clamshell opening. The entire movement should come from your hip rotating. A very common mistake is to roll your whole body back to lift the knee higher. We do not want that. Keep your hips stacked and still. The range of motion might be small, and that's perfectly fine. A small, correct movement is 1,000 times better than a large, incorrect one. You should feel a gentle but distinct contraction deep in the side of your top hip or glute. That is our target muscle waking up. Hold that contraction for a second, and then, with complete control, slowly lower your knee back down to the starting position. Aim for 10 to 15 slow and controlled repetitions on one side before carefully rolling over to perform the same number on the other side. This isn't about speed, it's about precision. This is the foundational work that makes all the difference. Now that we have successfully awakened that secret stabilizer muscle with the clamshell, it's time to teach it how to do its most important job: support your entire body weight. Our second exercise is standing hip abduction while holding a chair. This is the critical next step where we transform that newfound activation into true functional strength. Why is this so important? Because the side-to-side wobble happens when you are standing and walking, not when you are lying down. By performing this movement in a standing position, you are training the gluteus medius to fire and hold your pelvis stable against the full force of gravity. Here's a fascinating secret. This exercise works both hips at the same time. The leg that is lifting is strengthening the muscle, but the leg that is standing still is doing the even more important work of stabilizing. It's learning to act as a powerful, unshakable pillar, preventing that hip drop that causes the wobble. This isn't just a strengthening exercise, it's a direct command to your brain to use this muscle as your new anchor of stability. giving you control over that lateral motion. Let's perform this with perfect control. As you see demonstrated, stand tall behind a sturdy chair, like a dining room chair, and hold on firmly with both hands. Your feet should be about hip-width apart, and your posture should be upright. Now shift your weight slightly onto your left leg. Keeping your standing leg strong and your torso perfectly upright, slowly raise your right leg straight out to the side. Go only as high as you can without leaning your upper body to the opposite side. The goal is to isolate the movement entirely in your hip. If you have to lean, you've gone too far. You should feel the muscles on the side of your lifting hip doing the work, but you'll also feel the muscles on the side of your standing hip firing to keep you stable. That is the feeling of success. Hold the leg at the top for 1 second, and then with absolute control, slowly lower it back to the starting position. Do not let it just swing back. The slow, controlled return is what builds maximum strength and stability. Complete 10 to 12 repetitions on one side, and then repeat the same number with the other leg. This exercise, done correctly, is one of the most direct and effective ways to build the specific strength needed to eliminate that side-to-side wobble for good. We have successfully woken up the muscle and then taught it how to act as a stabilizing pillar. Now comes the final, most important phase, integrating that newfound strength into a dynamic movement. Our third exercise is the alternating side step. This is where we take everything we've built and put it into practice, directly simulating the real-world demands of walking and shifting your weight. Why is this movement the final key? Because that side-to-side wobble doesn't happen when you're standing still. It happens during the transition from one step to the next. The alternating side step forces your secret stabilizer muscles to work exactly as they are intended to, controlling the lowering of your hip as you step out, and then powerfully activating to pull your body back to center. This isn't just a leg exercise, it's a brain exercise. You are re-educating your body's movement patterns. With each controlled step to the side, you are overriding the old wobbly habit and replacing it with a new stable one. You are teaching your hips to remain level and your torso to stay upright, no matter which direction you are moving. This is how we build the kind of deep, automatic stability that you don't have to think about. You can just feel it. This is how we restore your confidence to move freely and without hesitation. Let's do this final movement together. You do not need a chair for this, but please ensure you have a clear space around you. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, your back straight, and very importantly, a slight bend in your knees as if you are in a mini squat or a ready position. Now take a slow and deliberate step to your right with your right foot. As you plant your foot, focus on keeping your torso upright and your hips level. Do not let your left hip drop. Then, bring your left foot in to meet your right foot, returning to the starting stance. That's one step. Immediately, we repeat to the other side. Take a controlled step to the left with your left foot, again focusing on that feeling of stability and control in your hips. Then, bring your right foot in to meet your left. The goal is to move like a crab, smooth and steady, not bouncing up and down. Aim to take 5 to 8 steps to the right, and then 5 to 8 steps back to the left. That completes one set. This exercise is the final proof to your brain and body that the wobble is gone, replaced by strong, intentional stability. You have just learned the complete 3-step sequence to awaken, strengthen, and integrate your body's most important stabilizing muscles. You started with the clamshell to find and activate that dormant muscle. You progressed to the standing hip abduction to teach it how to act as a powerful pillar of support. And you finished with the alternating side step, integrating that strength into the very motion of walking. The most profound lesson today is this: that frustrating, confidence-stealing side-to-side wobble is not a mystery you have to live with. It has a specific physical cause, a hidden weakness, and you now possess the precise blueprint to fix it. let's cover a few vital questions that might be on your mind. First, how often should I do this? The secret to real change is always consistency over intensity. A focused session of 5 to 10 minutes every single day will rebuild this muscle and your movement patterns far more effectively than one long workout a week. Second, what should I be feeling? You are looking for a gentle fatigue or a deep ache in the muscle on the side of your hip and glute area. That is the feeling of success. It's proof you've found the right spot. Now, a very important third question. What if I feel a sharp pinching pain? This is different from a muscle burn. A sharp pain is your body's signal to stop. Check your form, reduce the range of motion, and never push through a sharp, pinching sensation. I want you to take a moment and imagine your life a few weeks from now. After practicing these movements consistently, imagine walking down the aisle of a supermarket pushing a cart without needing to lean on it for balance. Imagine stepping off a curb or walking across an uneven lawn without that flicker of hesitation. Imagine your mind being focused on the world around you, not consumed by the worry of where your next step will land. This is not a fantasy. This is the direct result of re-establishing this hidden connection and building this foundational strength. To solidify your commitment to this journey, I invite you to join our incredible community. Go to the comments section right now and write "Hips of Steel" to declare that you are taking back control of your stability. And finally, if you don't want to miss our next video where we reveal the #1 type of comfortable shoe that is secretly making this exact hip muscle weaker, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Thank you for your dedication and hard work today. Stay strong, stay steady, and we'll see you in the next video.